Because you did school, you went to a college, because you did college, you went to the next thing and the next thing, and you end up with a PhD. What to do? It's dangerous, Because the education scientists are saying if you go through 20 years of formal education and land up with a PhD or something, 70% of your intelligence is irrevocably destroyed. Yes, you become a very knowledgeable idiot. And today knowledge has no use because whatever a PhD holder knows, a high school kid can open the internet and talk the same language. You can't even look smart anymore with what you collected, isn't it? Because just about anybody will talk these things because it's all over the place. So are you preparing for a university or the universe?
And the result is that our education today, the young people who come out of the universities and schools, at best they are ignorant and at worst they have contempt for themselves. कुछ नहीं है जी, सब बेकार है, पुरानी बातें हो गई हैं अब ये, इससे अब क्या होगा, ज़माना बहुत आगे निकल गया है. ज़माना बहुत आगे निकल गया है because we have abandoned so many things. We don't teach our children to value them, we don't value them ourselves. So, at best ignorant, at worst contempt for themselves. So much ignorance. करे पांडव के कितने बेटे थे? 5 बेटे थे जी. कौन से? We all have Hanuman syndrome. You know what is Hanuman syndrome? हनुमान जी लंका में बैठे थे ना, जब सीता को ढूंढना था, सब वानर बैठे हैं, हनुमान जी पीछे बैठे थे ऐसे मुंह नीचा करके, बिकॉज जामवंत वाज आस्किंग कौन जाएगा श्रीलंका, नोबडी आंसरिंग. देन जामवंत सेड के अब हम बूढ़े हो गए हैं, जब जवान थे तो 3 बार आते जाते थे लंका. क्यों जाते थे ये नहीं बताया, 3 बार आते जाते थे. अब जा तो सकते हैं पर वापस नहीं आ सकते. तो कोई तो बोलो, बट वी इंडियंस हैव द हैबिट, नोबडी वॉलंटियर्स. Except in the grand case of Guru Govind Singh, where he asked for 5 persons to give their heads, Panj Pyaras and the Khalsa. So, the Indians don't volunteer. So, Jamban said, Hanuman, you get up. Why are you silent? Do you know, have you forgotten what your strength is? And then he reminded him. Because he was cursed. When he was small, he used to throw the rishis in the Ganga. So the rishis cursed him, you forget your strength, till somebody reminds you. And then Jamvant reminded him, and then Hanuman grew. So we are all Indians suffering from the Hanuman syndrome. We've forgotten what our strength is and don't value it.
Of a planetarium software have proved that events narrated in Valmiki Ramayana actually occurred around 7,000 years back and can be subsequently dated. Ramasetu is found submerged and the same location as in described Valmiki Ramayana, and the city of Dwarka has been explored by maritime archaeologists in the Government of India. As per the estimate made by the Intergovernmental Panel of Climate Change, NASA Global Change Market Directory, the rise in the sea level during the last 7,000 years has been about 2.8 meters, which roughly corresponds to 9.3 feet. The remains of Ramasetu is found submerged nearly at a depth of 9 to 10 feet. Thus, obviously, this bridge was capable of being used as a land route for 7,000 years back. This is the only existing evidence on a man-made bridge few thousand years back.
The most elegant and sublime of these bronzes is a representation of the creation of the universe at the beginning of each cosmic cycle, a motif known as the cosmic dance of Shiva. The god has 4 hands. In the upper right hand is a drum whose sound is the sound of creation. In the upper left hand is a tongue of flame, a reminder that the universe, now newly created, will, billions of years from now, be utterly destroyed. Creation, destruction.
In the world.
The most sophisticated ancient cosmological ideas came from Asia, and particularly from India. Here, there's a tradition of skeptical questioning and unself-conscious humility before the great cosmic mysteries. Most cultures imagined the world to be only a few hundred human generations old. Hardly anyone guessed that the cosmos might be far older, but the ancient Hindus did.
The Hindu religion is the only one of the world's great faiths dedicated to the idea that the cosmos itself undergoes an immense, indeed an infinite, number of deaths and rebirths. It is the only religion in which the timescales correspond, no doubt by accident, to those of modern scientific cosmology. Its cycles run from our ordinary day and night to a day and night of Brahma, 8.64 billion years long, longer than the age of the Earth or the Sun, and about half the time since the Big Bang. And there are much longer timescales still.
It's interesting to me, Dean, you had had a career in theoretical physics, and many theoretical physicists, such as yourself, have studied the Sanskrit tradition. Many of the great physicists have made a point of it.
Yes, physicists like the Sanskrit tradition because the cosmologies that were written down, how the universe came about, apply pretty much today.
In other words, that there's a sense amongst physicists that the precision, the rigor, the depth of insight amongst the ancient Sanskrit wise people, the rishis, speaks to us today, to the scientific mind.
Oh, very much so. The story is told about Oppenheimer, Robert Oppenheimer, when he saw the first blast, nuclear blast at Alamogordo, and the press said, "What were you thinking when you saw the first atomic bomb?" And he said, "Well, I was thinking of the dance of Shakti."
The dance of Shakti, yeah. And as I recall, he used a quote from the Bhagavad Gita to describe the atomic bomb,
yeah.
brighter than 10,000 suns.
Brighter than 10,000 suns.
Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Om Namaste Rudramanyavudodayishave Namaha. Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bhavukya Putate Namaha. Yata Isha Shivadama Shivam Babuvate Dhanuhum. Shiva Sharam Gayata Patagano Rudramraya. Yate Rudra Shiva Tanura Ghora Papakashini. Tayanasta.